Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon that is Karl Pilkington.
All right. Been a weird year, hasn't it?
Go on.
No, I'm just saying, when you look at it like that over a year,
Yeah.
just a lot of stuff has gone on.
What's stuck out for you?
If you were doing your own review of the year, what would you put on the front cover?
The grub that was eating biscuits on the windowsill.
Right.
Just because it's I never thought I'd see that this year.
So
It was just I was there on the computer. I was having a cup of tea and a biscuit. I put the biscuit on the windowsill. I sort of picked it up.
why would you do that?
Why?
Why would you put a biscuit on a windowsill?
Because I'm sat next to the windowsill.
It's like something from a cartoon. I put the pie on the windowsill to cool down.
Yeah.
Oh,
And some ruffians stole it.
Yeah.
So I was eating that and was enjoying it. Put the rest of it back down for like the next half of the cup of tea. And I saw...
Planned out. This is. I bet. Well, we read about this later in the diary.
And then I saw just like a little crumb moving. I was like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
So I looked down closer and there's an insect that is see-through, but with legs. And just sort of running off with a crumb into like a little hole. And then when I looked, I noticed there was loads of these little see-through things. And they were obviously all like, oh, we got biscuit. And
That's exactly what they were saying.
We got
biscuits over here.
but I can't, that one was, like I say, it was amazing because they're miles away from what I'm about, and yet,
Not that far.
but they still like a bit of biscuit, and it was just weird that happened. And that's what's nice, isn't
blowing
it? That's
his
what's
mind.
nice about the nature of the world. We can invent iPods, we can bring out better vacuum cleaners, but at the end of the day, you can't make nature up. And to see this see-through thing
You do.
eating a biscuit,
blow your
that's
mind?
where I've sort of gone this year. I'd say out of anything, I've sort of gone out of my way to learn more stuff about weird stuff that's out
I don't
there.
know what you've learned. You've learned that
A creature which you can't even identify or
you
name.
don't know, right? You don't know what it is, right? Looked like it nicked a bit of crumb. I don't know what knowledge is that. What is that? How is that useful?
Just because everything is changing.
But it's not useful. It's not useful to you, and it's not useful to anyone. You can't pass on that as knowledge because we don't know what it was,
But Carl
or where
thinks,
it happened, or why it happened.
But Rick, Carl thinks that the grub has an inkling, has a taste for McVitie's in the same way that Carl does. That's why
Yeah.
he's from Mace. He's thinking, I can't believe it. We both love hobnobs.
As
It's
opposed to just being
extraordinary.
taking the
He would have
starch
eaten
from the
anything,
flour.
yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But what I'm saying is that these things have been around for years,
Yes,
maybe longer than us,
yes.
right? Now, their life isn't changing in the way that ours have. They still live in a little crack in the wall,
Yeah.
but they're eating biscuit, and that was never meant to happen. The squirrels in the park, because people are feeding them Mars bars and everything, they're getting fatter, they're getting bigger, they're getting more violent. Now, over time, they're going to cause more trouble than they
What
are now.
evidence have you got
What
that
do
they're
you
getting more
think?
violent?
Just because when I'm sat in the park and what have you, they really like cocky. They come up to you now and sort of jump up on the bench and sort of attack you for food. They're not happy with acorns now. They want a bit of croissant. And that's what I'm saying. They've changed. They're changing over time. Just like that grub having a biscuit. Everything's trying different food out.
He'll want a gatto soon.
Everything's getting more intelligent. The goldfish memory's got better. Chickens are more intelligent than people thought they were, apparently. Everything's... Time makes you more intelligent.
Well,
No, they do. That's a fact, isn't it? If you're knocking around longer, then you're learning more because more stuff's going on and you soak it up. And that's what these insects are doing. They're all learning. You know what I mean?
No.
I saw a cockroach playing Pac-Man. It was on the internet, right? And somebody had linked up a cockroach to some... I can't even be bothered explaining it, but that's what I'm saying. Everything's moving on.
yeah, but Pac-Man's like such an old hat game, man. It's like from the 1980s.
Yeah, that
I mean,
cockroach is
jeez,
so
come on,
old.
it's so
God.
out of date.
Get a
with
life,
it.
man.
Hello, PlayStation 3. Is it
Hello.
not, is it? Hello.
Yesterday's cockroach.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
All I'm saying is, I do watch a lot of insects and stuff, and you never see them wasting time. They're always doing something. An ant's carrying something somewhere. Sometimes I watch it and it goes somewhere and comes back again. You think, does it know what it's doing? But at least it's trying.
What do you...
Now, if there was a
What
big
is it doing, though? What is that ant doing?
work, it's building a house,
But
or...
what's the point? It's everything it does is pointless.
How can you say that?
It's pointless.
I'll tell you what, if there was a bigger sort of being looking over the world and they went, right, let's look at the human race, and, well, they'd look at the ants first and they go, right, they've got their hands full, they're carrying big stuff, they try to save time by carrying stuff that's way too big for them, really. They could do that between three of them, but they don't. They're all grafting hard. Then they go, right, hit the human button. They hit the human button, they watch the humans. The amount of people who are just sat about doing now, Lily Allen in London at 2 a.m. So what? What are we doing?
I agree with you, but what are you doing?
You see, the ant analogy, joking aside, I think there you hit on the fact that life is about working for what you get. And I'm right behind that. I am right behind that. I think that's I think that's absolutely true.
That's what I meant. What's dangerous is...
A boiling kettle to an ant.
At the end of the day, right? Yeah, but that's evil, isn't it?
What?
You know, I mean, you sometimes make out as if I'm an evil man. We had an ant problem in the garden. Suzanne said, we've got to get rid of these. And I said, well, it's a bit out of order. They are outside. And she said, yeah, but there's getting a lot of them. She went and popped the kettle on. I said, I can't handle this. I went in, right?
What? You didn't want to see the ants, Fred? That's sweet. You know, they're there.
Yeah, they might be causing a problem, but I don't want to see this mess. Now, the thing is, she went out, she poured the hot water on it. I left it a few minutes. I went out, I had a cup of tea. I thought, it's a waste of electrical line. Yeah. So I took my cup of tea out there, and I'm sat there, and then I just saw one come back from wherever it had been. One ant. He looked devastated. Because that had been away. As far as that was concerned, it had been out to get a leaf or whatever. Came back, devastation. And it's that's the thing. He summed up death for me. That the ants that are dead, they didn't know anything. Suddenly they were there. Next minute, load of water, dead. It's the people who are still living in life that are the saddest, aren't they? After death. And that summed it up.
What do you think?
That ant would have been better off being there when it happened.
How could you tell the ant was...
What do you think? So you saw him...
I mean, they run around in circles anyway, don't they? But this was just kind of going, what's going on?
And what did it slow down when it got nearer the nest? Did it drop the leaf and then you see it run the last few inches?
It just kind of got close and it was like a double take almost. Almost like it got near the hole and then it was like, hang on a minute, this can't be it because no one's around. And then it walked on and it went, oh, it is the hole. And it went back and it just sort of stopped for a minute.
Ah.
And that for me, that's the sort of thoughts, things that you can look at as a human and appreciate it and understand it and go, yeah, that's true, that is like life. Instead of, oh, am I awake? Am I asleep or what? No. But you might as well be asleep because you're doing nothing else.
Oh, God!
I was in the supermarket recently, just walking past the condoms, and you never know when you're going to run out of balloons. and I was weird because the condoms in the supermarket are contained in a kind of cage, in a plastic cage, so it makes it all the more embarrassing buying them. So I'm trying to open this thing, and this guy who works there, sort of with his middle-aged guy who works there, goes, you have to take that to the checkout. So you can't open that yourself, and so I just left it. I thought, forget it. I'm not gonna take these to the counter because you never know. It's like if you get served by a woman, it's still a bit embarrassing, particularly if that's all you're buying, because she knows what you're up to. You're gonna fill them up with water and throw them at students, and anyway, the reason I mention this is because it reminded me of the conversation we've all enjoyed in the past, Rick, about when Carl bought for his girlfriend for Christmas. Was it a
2-pack?
A 2-pack of
what was it?
Condoms.
Wasn't it about buy one get one free?
Yeah.
So that was a couple of years ago, Carl. The famous condom gate. Have you bucked your ideas up since then?
I just think that as time goes on, you don't sort of buy each other as many presents.
Sorry, that was a bumper year, was it? That was a hell of a. She went. Oh, I remember when you used to buy me stuff like condoms. It's gone downhill since then.
Well, no, she
your
didn't know
presents.
she was getting them. what I mean is there's less
Of course
surprises.
she didn't.
That's what I mean, though. It was sort of interesting to when I gave them her and said, there you go, open them. She was not expecting that. And as time goes on...
No, she was probably expecting a piece of jewellery or a holiday in Paris.
It's more difficult, is what I mean, to surprise someone, innit, over time.
No. But the surprise thing is meant to always be a good surprise.
Yeah, but don't... If you always get something good, it's like the three wise men. What did they get the second year for little baby Jesus? You know what I mean? Once he's had that gold, it's like, I've sort of made it hard work for myself there. I've got to get him something better than that now. So it's best to give him the myrrh.
And next year, get him the gold.
It's like how you know how like people make a big thing out of having it away for the first time, and they go, "Oh, I'm going to do that tonight." Not the way to do anything. You won't get anything done by planning.
That's a quote. That's an amazing quote. That'll be up there with Newton and Churchill. You don't get anything done by planning. Oh, he's only going to write it down for a whole fucking year.
That, of course, signifies another reading from Karl's diary. Let's make the most of it. Let's enjoy some of the wisdom.
I also
of
think
Karl
it's the
Pilkington.
last time ever he will make an entry in this diary because you're not going to keep another one, are you?
I don't know yet. I might just get a smaller one. But I've found that since keeping a diary, I've gone out of my way to do more stuff.
Well, you say that, but...
Well, let's find out. Let's find out if that's true.
No, I have.
I read a bit in the news about people being injured while trying to cut open avocados. It's a food that ain't worth injuring yourself for. If it's a hassle to get into, leave it to the experts. I have never bought one. I have also avoided coconuts and pineapples. The amount of hassle to get into these things outweighs the joys they give.
Yeah.
It's the same reason I never bought a pair of Dr. Martin boots. Too much hassle when it's time to take them off.
Yeah, a lot of my mates used to wear them in like the 80s. You can't just kick them off, can you? It's a big upheaval.
You've got to unlace them.
Since I found shoes with Velcro on them, brilliant.
Why don't you get it sponsored? Because you could wear a Velcro toupee. Because that would be great if we could do that. If someone could invent a little hairpiece for Karl, Velcro to the little bit of fluff he's got on the top of his head, his shiny orange-like head, pop a little Velcro toupee on. I would love that. I would love to get him wearing a wig.